Number 4, be aware of distractions as they will always present themselves. I'm sorry, I was distracted. Let me tell you something. Distractions are going nowhere. Distractions will always be there. But no, in order for them to work, you have to respond to them. In order for distractions to work, you have to respond to them. So if you're in a meeting with a billionaire and one of your friends is calling you to go to the club, and you decide to answer that phone in the middle of a meeting with a billionaire, that's a distraction. But guess what you just did? You fed into it when all you had to do was hit ignore. God is trying to come in your life and turn it around and do something great, but you're hitting the accept button on the wrong things and ignore buttons on the other things. You have to get in line. You have to do what it is that God is telling you to do. You have to be aware of the distractions. That distraction could very well be someone in your own home. That distraction could be someone that you think is for your good that's against you. That distraction could be money. That distraction can be deceit. That distraction can be your best friend. That distraction can be the alcohol. That distraction can be stress. That distraction can be, what is that? Anxiety. That distraction can be depression. Distractions are real, but they only have the power that you give them. When you submit to the distractions, you submit to your setback. My God. When you submit to the distractions, you submit to your setback. And I don't know about you, I don't have time for setbacks. I'm trying to launch. I'm tired of going through the same routine over and over and over. Whew. Be aware of distractions, as they will always present themselves. But no, in order for them to work, you have to respond to them. Number 5, it is time to do and conduct a circle check. Connections matter, and you can't afford to compromise your progress. There are certain people that want you to do the same things that you've been doing since high school, same things you've been doing since college, and they want you to enjoy it the way that they do. Somebody say you've been compromised. The minute you say yes, you've been compromised. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying not to live your life. I'm not saying not to have fun. I'm not saying you can't meet up with these friends. But what I'm saying is you have to be mindful of the level that they hold and the priority they hold on your list. Because if God is telling you to do one thing and they're pulling on you to do another, and if you go that way, then somebody say setback. Somebody say distraction. And then for my people who know better, say, I ain't got time for that. Number 6, never refuse to stop doing God's work because of the process attached. Never refuse to stop doing God's work because of the process attached. You have to see the assignment through. The reason why most of us don't get to our breakthrough or see our harvest is because we quit before we give it time. We quit before we allow it. It's proper processing before we allow it to really mature to where we need it to be. And then we want to blame everyone else under the sun, but the one that's really at fault. So just a quick recap on the 6 things that I want you to make a note of and going live in your 2025. Number 1, clean out the chaos and make more room for God. Number 2, embrace your purpose and stop running from it. Number 3, Be mindful of taking for granted the resources God provides. Remember, God will position people in your life that can only see you in a light that He does, which will work together for your good. Number 4, be aware of distractions, as they will always present themselves. But know in order for them to work, you have to respond to them. Number 5, conduct a circle check. Connections matter, and you can't afford to compromise your progress. And number 6, never refuse to stop doing God's work because of the process that's attached. See the assignment through. You always have to do whatever it is that God is telling you to do. That should always be a priority. Why? Because it's for your greater good. Here's a power note. Learn to listen and not compete or defend. Learn to listen and not to compete or defend. Do not miss your opportunities of elevation by neglecting your spiritual commitments. To elevate, you have to show up and do the work. We want this free ride. We want the buddy pass. There's still a cost to the buddy pass. And with a buddy pass, you don't always catch the flight. But anyways, let me go ahead and let me get back to this. Learn to listen and not compete or defend. Do not miss your opportunities of elevation by neglecting your spiritual commitments. To elevate, you have to show up. How we want God to show up here, show out, do this and do that, and we not showing up for Him, or showing up for ourselves, or showing up for our dreams, or showing up for our purpose, or showing up for the kingdom. Then you have to do the work. Some people are scared to get their hands dirty. Some people are scared to make the sacrifice. But I know that everybody's under the sound of my voice. That fear is gone. We're tired. We tried it our way. It won't work. Here are 3 ways to guarantee a live 2025. 3 ways to guarantee a live 2025. Number 1, place God at the center of your life. God is not your side piece. You have to be all in. Okay, so let me break this down for some people because you might have missed it. Some people are like, a side piece. Okay, let me rewind for a second. Place God at the center of your life. God is not your side piece. God is not the other person, the other thing. God is not the plus one. God is the one. You have to be all in. You got to make a decision. We talk about this all the time. You have to make a choice. And choose wisely. Number 2, you have to make your prayer life a priority. You have to. It's nice to have people cover you in prayer, but you also have to cover yourself in prayer. No one really knows what you're going through but you and God. And you have to talk to Him about that. You have to pray over that. It's great to have people pray for you and pray with you. It's highly recommended, with discernment attached to it, of course. But you have to pray for yourself. Speak over yourself. What does it say? Encourage yourself. Yes, you have to do those things. Because at the end of the day, I can't go with you to heaven in that capacity. I can't hold your hand and say, I prayed for her. I prayed for him. I know them. I can vouch for them. I can't do that. Your mama can't do it. Your dad can't do it. Siblings can't do it. Your friends can't do it. You have to do it.